Welcome to Africa Geotrends, your window into Africa's power, progress, and geopolitics. Asterisk before we dive in, hit subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss the stories shaping Africa's future. At this very moment, something is happening along Africa's coastlines that the world is only beginning to understand. Ships are getting bigger, trade routes are shifting, and the world's most powerful economies are quietly redirecting their maritime strategies toward a continent they once overlooked. From the Gulf of Guinea to the Horn of Africa, megastructures are rising from the water. Ultramodern deep-sea ports equipped with automated terminals, digital logistics systems, and free trade zones the size of small cities. Thousands of kilometers of new shipping corridors are appearing on maps where old colonial routes once dominated. And while the world debates superpower rivalries, a different reality is taking shape. Africa is no longer waiting for permission to become a global trade powerhouse. It's already happening, and it's happening faster than anyone predicted. The real story begins with a series of projects so ambitious that global shipping giants once doubted they were even possible. But today, those same companies, Maersk, CMA-CGM, DP World, MSC, are lining up to secure long-term stakes in Africa's port revolution. Because the numbers are no longer theoretical, they are real. Lamu Port in Kenya can anchor the largest vessels on Earth. Lekki Port in Nigeria has become West Africa's deepest and most automated port. Tanger in Morocco now handles more containers than all U.S. East Coast ports except one. And Berbera Port, once a quiet outpost, is now a strategic gateway connecting the Red Sea to the heart of Africa. These ports are not upgrading the continent. They're rewiring global trade itself. For the first time in modern history, Africa controls the key choke points that superpowers desperately need. Minerals for the green economy, agricultural exports for global food security, and maritime routes linking Asia, Europe, and the Americas. The question is no longer whether Africa will become a central node in global logistics. The question is whether the rest of the world is ready for the scale of transformation underway. Because the rise of Africa's ports is not only shifting shipping lanes, it's shifting power. Africa's economic future is no longer tied to aid. It's tied to ports, to trade corridors, to logistics hubs, and to a new continental mindset that prioritizes infrastructure over dependency. This is the rise of the African coastline, the new engine of a global economy in transition. This is how Africa's ports are rewiring global trade. Africa's port revolution begins with one of the continent's most ambitious projects, Lamu Port in Kenya. Designed as part of the Lapset Corridor, Lamu Port, South Sudan, Ethiopia transport, this deep-water port reaches depths of 17.5 meters, allowing the world's largest container ships, Tripoli-class vessels, to dock with ease. Each berth is engineered for up to 1.2 million TEU annually. Lamu was built not only to relieve pressure from Mombasa, but to open a new trade frontier connecting East Africa's interior to the Indian Ocean. For landlocked Ethiopia and South Sudan, Lamu represents access to the sea without relying on congested routes. For global shipping companies, it's a new anchor on one of the world's busiest ocean lanes. Further west stands Nigeria's rising giant, Lekki Deep Sea Port. Located in Lagos State, Lekki is West Africa's deepest port at 16.5 meters and one of its most technologically advanced. With ship-to-shore cranes capable of handling 23-row container vessels and a capacity of 2.7 million TEU per year, Lekki has become the region's new maritime gateway. It is the first fully automated port in sub-Saharan Africa, using OCR scanners, AI-driven cargo tracking, and digital gate systems that eliminate delays. In its first year, Lekki reduced Lagos port congestion by nearly 30% and attracted major logistics investments from Maersk and CMA-CGM. Combined with the nearby Dangote refinery, the largest single-train refinery on Earth, Lekki is positioning Nigeria as West Africa's industrial and export hub. But the crown jewel of African ports is Tanger in Morocco, now ranked among the world's top 25 busiest ports. Tanger surpassed 8 million TEU in recent years, overtaking major European ports such as Valencia and Antwerp-Bruges. Strategically located at the Strait of Gibraltar, Tanger connects 180 global ports and offers 9 kilometers of quays. It has become the primary transshipment hub between Africa, Europe, and the Middle East, and a crucial link in supply chains for Renault, Stellantis, and global automotive exporters. What makes Tanger Med even more powerful is its free trade zone, the largest industrial port complex in Africa. To the east, Somaliland's Berbera port has undergone a dramatic transformation under DP World's $442 million investment. Berbera now features a 400-meter quay, 17-meter depth, and a new economic zone connecting to Ethiopia via the Berbera corridor. The port is strategically positioned along the Red Sea, making it a potential alternative to the congested Bab el-Mandeb choke point. Ethiopia, Africa's second most populous nation, relies heavily on Djibouti for 95% of its imports, and Berbera offers a second, politically stable trade lifeline. In the Horn of Africa, Djibouti remains one of the most important maritime hubs on Earth, serving as the entry point for much of East Africa's cargo. Situated near the Suez Canal, Djibouti is critical for Asia-Europe shipping routes. The country hosts naval bases from the U.S., China, France, and Japan, showcasing its strategic importance. South Africa's port of Durban remains the continent's busiest port by cargo volume and a vital link for Southern Africa's regional economy. Durban handles over 60% of South Africa's container traffic and is undergoing upgrades to expand capacity beyond 4.5 million TEU. Investments from Transnet, backed by DP World and ICTSI, aim to transform Durban into a world-class logistics hub. Ghana's Tema port expansion, driven by MPS, Meridian Port Services, has positioned it as a top logistics hub for West Africa. With new terminals capable of handling 3.5 million TEU per year, Tema is modernizing West African trade flows and supporting the African Continental Free Trade Area, AfCFTA, headquartered in Accra. Together, these ports are reshaping global shipping patterns. By offering deeper harbors, faster turnaround times, and modern logistics, Africa is reducing dependency on foreign transshipment hubs like Dubai and Singapore. For the first time, shipping lines are routing cargo directly to Africa instead of detouring through European ports. Africa's ports are not isolated megaprojects. They are the backbone of a new continental economy. By modernizing coastal gateways and integrating inland railways, free trade zones, and manufacturing clusters, Africa is building a complete trade ecosystem. The rise of Tanger Med, Lekki, Lamu, Tema, Berbera, Durban, and Djibouti marks a definitive shift in global trade geography. Africa is moving from the periphery to the center. The new power map of global trade now includes Africa's coastline, and the world is watching. You've been watching Africa Geo Trends, where Africa's moves shape the world. If you haven't already, subscribe now and stay ahead of the next big story.